52nd edition of Marex Media News. Keeping abreast of the changes in technology, on 17th February last year, Marex Media added one more genre to its forte, the video format for delivering news. We celebrate the first anniversary of our YouTube news channel, and on this joyous occasion, we extend our heartfelt gratitude for all the support you have showered us with. We look forward to your continuous encouragement and patronage, and we hope 2021 will provide a respite from the tough year that we have just left behind us.
Good day, viewers. I am extremely pleased to know that with its 52nd edition, the Marex Media News channel is embarking on its anniversary. Heartiest congratulations to them for reaching this significant milestone. This channel has really helped all the personnel connected with the maritime industry as well as the general public to keep themselves abreast of all the current affairs of the maritime industry. Maritime industry severely lacks exposure to the general public, so we in the maritime industry all owe a large debt of gratitude to all the media which helps us to achieve this. All the best to Marex Media News channel for their future journey. God bless.
I am proud to be associated with Marex Maritime Channel since its inception. On behalf of Amtoy, I extend hearty congratulations to the entire Marex team for successful completion of 1 year and 52 episodes. What you have achieved in 1 year is indeed outstanding, and it foretells the glory of future. We wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Congrats again.
Heartiest congratulations, Marex Media Pvt Ltd, on completion of your maiden year with this 52nd edition. Only through constant reinvention can one ensure to stay relevant and continue to thrive through the various challenges that are posed from time to time. It is heartening to know that in this pandemic period you have aligned and transformed with the changing times, disseminating authentic, original and relevant maritime news in a timely manner. I, on behalf of the SCI family, wish Team Marex a happy anniversary and wish you success and a prosperous future.
Kudos to Captain Kamal, Chadha and the entire Marex Media team for having kept all of us in the maritime and logistics sector connected during the very difficult pandemic phase. The 52 editions and best coverage, policy issues, seafarers issues, logistics, imports, exports, everything beautifully covered. Great job done. I don't think we ever got such a lovely news even before pandemic. We are all with you. The entire maritime and logistics industry supports you, Kamal. All the very best to you and your team. Keep up the great work.
And the entire team on the 52nd edition of Marex Maritime News Channel. You're all doing yeoman service to the entire shipping industry, not only in India but globally, be it representing ground realities, but also by way of education. We wish you all another prime period of 20 years in this service. God bless.
Now the headlines of Monday, the 8th of February 2021. Indian ship recycling capacity to double by 2024, generate 1.5 lakh jobs. Outrageous price hikes spark global backlash. Ship owners add more dry bulk tonnage. How do shipping containers tumble into the ocean? Bureau Veritas develops new ship emissions performance standard. While presenting the Union Budget 2021-22 in Parliament, the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said ship recycling capacity will be doubled by 2024, and this in turn will generate 1.5 lakh jobs. India has enacted Recycling of Ships Act 2019 and acceded to the Hong Kong International Convention. Sitharaman said, post-enactment of the law, around 90 ships recycling yards at Alang in Gujarat have already achieved HKC compliant certificates.
INSA welcomes the incentive scheme proposed by the Honorary Finance Minister, which supports the Indian flagships in global tenders. This will lead to investment in the Indian flagships, which in turn will provide economic contribution to the GDP of the Indian economy in many ways. Indian ships employ Indian crew, underwrite their hull and machinery in India, use Indian facilities for ship repair, Indian surveyors, lawyers and bankers. But the two most important things that Indian flag shipping brings to the table is the training for cadets and the massive saving in foreign exchange. It is estimated that about USD 50 billion is sent out of India as freight and other charges to foreign shipping companies. Even if we can save 10% of this, we would save a whopping 5 billion. 7 major ports will see their operations privatized in the year 2021-22. To encourage having more Indian flagships, a subsidy scheme of Rs 1,624 crores over a period of 5 years for shipping companies has been announced to enable better training and employment opportunities for Indian seafarers. In regards to Union Budget 2021, the Maritime Union of India has approached the government for formation of a Seafarers Support Fund and substantial allocation of funds to it. As far as NRI status for seafarers is concerned, MEI is continuously pursuing matters with the Government of India.
Soaring freight rates and delivery delays have sparked a global backlash by companies frustrated about the destructive mix of deteriorating services and higher ocean shipping costs. Trade associations in China have raised antitrust concern with the government, while similar pressure is simmering in Brussels, where the European Shippers Council petitioned the European Commission to address outrageous price hikes by cargo carriers. In Washington, the biggest lobbying group for retailers wants authorities to scrutinize the playing field.
It is easy to blame the MLOs or mainline operators for the present hike in ocean freight rates because the trade has been used to only 3-digit, 2-digit, single-digit or even negative freight rates for a very long time. In 1994, when the ocean freight from Mumbai, then Bombay to Dubai was USD 900 per TEU, the mainliners screamed when it dropped to USD 650 per TEU. But it fell again and again and again with no bottom in sight. Finally, it came down to USD 50 per TEU. Chennai to Singapore dropped to USD 10 per TEU and at times was even negative. And there were no complaints from any quarter then. The mainline operators did everything to restore the rates, but markets had crashed, and when the request by shipping lines to increase freight was made, it was just shrugged aside. And the situation stayed like this for the next 25 years. Now, all that the MLOs are asking for is to come back to the original normal. The trade has enjoyed freight rates that cannot be justified and has thrown maritime economics textbooks out of the window. Even today, the ocean freight from Nhava Sheva to Dubai has not come back to where it was 25 years ago, and already everybody is screaming on this sector. Also, the trade is about 30,000 TEUs of exports each month in this sector, and it has remained unchanged since the last 3 decades. It is easy to scream when ocean freights rise, but nobody understands that when there is a rise in port dues, berthing dues, port handling charges, or light dues. It is indeed distressing to note that when shipping lines made all efforts to reduce lighthouse dues for container ships, the result was stunning. The light dues for container ships just doubled overnight, and in any case, who uses lighthouses for navigation these days? And those who do, coasting vessels and fishing vessels, were granted exemption from light dues. The mainline operators and the NVOCCs or non-vessel operating common carriers are only trying to bring some semblance of sanity by asking for a reasonable fee to move the cargo through the oceans. Should we be denying this rational request?
Ship owners have turned to the S&P market this week in order to add one more dry bulk tonnage to their fleet. At the same time, new building activity is expected to increase as well, thanks to improving freight rate market conditions and stable prices.
Shipowners add more dry bulk tonnage. Is this far thought or temporary? Shipowners load up with bulkers as transactions more than doubled versus similar month of Jan of 2020. Dry bulk carriers have been weapon of choice for many shipowners. What helped feed a major part of this improvement has been iron ore. Yet, part of this positive drive seems to be taking a step back this week, as demand and in turn prices for iron ore have retreated over the past couple of days. Chinese steel mills have started to see a pile-up in stockpiles, while they have been posting continually lower production levels as part of their seasonal pre-holiday slowdown. The same picture has been portrayed in the futures market. Most or the rest of the world is still heavily battling disruptions as part of COVID-19 restrictions and lockdowns still at play. The estimated Baltic forward assessments for Cape-size vessels are roughly as follows. February 21, $10,588 a day. Quarter 1 of 22, yes 22, is $10,388 a day. For the Panamax segment, March 21 at $14,624 a day. Q1 22 at $11,355 and Q2 of 22 at $12,230 a day. Supramax Q1 of 21 average $12,328 a day. Q1 of 22 in comparison is $9,882 a day. Calendar of 22 will not show more than $10,500 a day. The handy-size is a similar story. The S&P industry is bursting at the seams. There are those who hit the pavement at a brisk pace, jumping in at the first sign of a firming freight market, buying amidst ascending asset prices before sellers could have the evidence to further increase their asking price. There are others who have taken their foot off the gas. Now they seem content taking a step back and watching the commotion pass by. The number of players willing to meet increased prices is dwindling. In my opinion, both engines are stalling. First, the one driving buyers' appetite and ability to buy starts to slow, and then possibly the seller's motor may halt. The high-profile capes experience a substantial decline in freight rates from around $26,000 per day to $12,662 in less than 15 trading days. Punters of the S&P market, being convinced of the impermanence of the recent spot market trends, push ship values higher. In particular, after peaking at $35.5 million in late 2018, 5-year-old capes were on the market at around low $30 million for most part of 2019. Since late 2019, modern second-hand Cape-size vessels units broke the $30 million mark. What followed through had nothing to do with seasonality. One Greek buyer, Brave Maritime, acquired 3 handy-size ships in very quick succession. Ocean Journey, $38,000 at $13.7 million. Princess Hui at 33,000 deadweight, 2015 built at $13.5 million. And Basic Ocean, 33,000 deadweight, 2012 built, with SS and DD pass at mid to high $10 million. Let's look at the price assessments. VLCC new buildings, about $89 million. 5-year-old eco types at $64 million, with earnings for the first year in Jan 2020 at $48,000, is now down to $17,000 a day. Jan 2021, these levels are based on Japan or Korea built vessels. Cape's new building, $48 million, 5-year-olds at $36 million, and 10-year-olds at $21 million. Out of the 36 ships sales in the last fortnight, only 10 were sold to Chinese buyers. In times like these, it's always local national banks who support purchase of ships and to place orders with local national shipyards rather than third-party participation. We must remember always it is only in the shipping industry where total like $1,500 million can exchange hands in a fortnight through banks, but not in the oil sector through refineries or any other sector.
Welcome to South Shields Marine School, home of world-class training. Home of industry-leading equipment. Home of outstanding marine offshore facilities. Home of expert instruction. Home from home. Home of your company's future. This is South Shields Marine School, defined by tradition, embedded in the future.
Hundreds of containers have fallen from container ships into ocean waters in recent months, in a flare-up of accidents that can destroy millions of dollars worth of goods, damage vessel and endanger lives and the environment. Naval architects and engineers say a string of circumstances have to come together to create the catastrophic event known as parametric rolling.
Stack collapses on box ships, containers get lost in the water. These kinds of incidents are being reported more and more often these days. And we wonder why. Why, in the face of advanced technology, bigger ships, lots of people working on calculations, physics, material strengths, whatnot. So why would these things happen? Well, there could be technological explanations and perhaps solutions as well. But the bottom line I think we need to look at is, the need for profits. Or should I say sometimes the greed for profits. So isn't that, driving, economies of scale we talk about and so on, make the ships bigger, but stacks get higher. Force of the sea is still there as it was before. So does technology take care of it? Perhaps. But technology has brought with it risk, sometimes huge risks. And while we hope that nothing wrong will happen, the fact is that accidents do take place, and we, over a period of time, learn to accept those risks. So one in so many hundred voyages will face a deck collapse, or one in so many thousands of flights will crash. These are risks that mankind has learned to accept along with the advantages of technology. So what's the solution? Perhaps technology will find a solution, but it will have a cost. And then if you want to reduce the risk, of course you have to bear the cost. That's obvious. So maybe someday we will have, people accepting the cost that will take to safeguard containers from falling overboard. Just like the same way it was for tankers, double hull came. It is a cost, but it is accepted today. So that's where it goes.
Bureau Veritas has awarded its first notation certifying a ship's performance in producing low emissions. 5 hopper dredges owned by Yandenul Group have become the first to receive the ultra low emission vessel label. The company said in an email statement.
If the ship owners are looking to distinguish their fleets, the ULEV notation, that is the ultra low emission vessel, will certainly help to demonstrate a real and significant milestone on its path to the environmental protection. The dredging industry amounts to save 0.1% of the total emissions of the global shipping traffic, and it is heartening to note that the Bureau Veritas has taken this as their core mission. This will minimize the footprint of maritime activities on ambient air quality as well as the climate change. And these dredgers which have been mentioned are being fitted with highly advanced exhaust gas filtering system by means of a selective catalytic reduction system and diesel particulate filter, and they are going to operate on 100% biofuel. So it appears to me that the forthcoming emission regulations combined with the pressure from the financing and the charterers will force the shipping to decarbonize more quickly.
It is with the deepest regret we inform that Mr. Leonardo Lobo, or Lenny, ex-Deputy GM OCS Notrans, beloved friend and colleague of many, left for his heavenly abode on the 6th February 2021 after a long and valiant struggle with cancer. Lenny worked with OCS Notrans for 17 long years and was a radio officer by profession. For those who know him, Lenny weathered the storm in the same manner as he did the calm seas, with a cheerful smile and a more than witty humorous comment. May his soul rest in eternal peace.
Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you for watching. See you next Monday.